Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. So I'm going to continue reading They Shook Hands Year 1. So we're on Chapter 9 right now? Alright, Chapter 9, Quidditch anyone. The next morning at breakfast, Harry was surly and out of sorts. He knew he was in for a bad mood, so he did his best to stay out of any and all conversations. His friends, however, were determined to drag out whatever was bothering him and wave it around in the light for a little bit. When he would have sequestered himself away in the library and poured out over his classwork, Draco and Theo took him firmly in hand and led him out into the morning sunshine of the courtyard. "Something's wrong," Draco said bluntly. "Care to tell your friends what's got you in such a foul mood today?" "It's nothing important," Harry said, trying to avoid discussing his dream, something he didn't even understand himself. "Bullocks," Theo replied. "You said almost nothing at breakfast and didn't hardly eat a thing. Since putting in a bad mood, it's our duty as your friends to cheer you up, or help fix the problem," Draco interjected. "I just didn't sleep well, that's all." Harry's voice was tired. "Couldn't you see you all wanted to be by himself? Well, I have something to pick up your mood anyway," Theo was handing Harry a paper-wrapped box. "Open it and see." Theo gave a credible imitation of Draco's trademark smirk. Harry tore the paper off and opened the box. "I have dozens of cards and packages of chocolate frogs. They're all duplicates I said I hadn't gotten rid of yet. Now you got a great start of your own collection." It was just such a generous gift to Harry's horse to smile. "Thanks, Theo. You didn't have to, you know." "Nonsense," came the reply. "What am I going to do with the near 100 duplicate chocolate frog cards? Trade them? Almost nobody has cards that I don't," Theo said, managing to not sound braggy by a small margin. "There's only a few of our cards in the card series that I'm missing. I have better luck just finding them or buying them out, or by buying them outright." Harry felt his mood lift a little. "Still, thanks for trying, Maze. Let's spend some time by myself." "Are you sure?" Draco asked, very concerned. "Alone? That can be dangerous." "So I've heard, but I deal with it. I know almost as many spells as you do right now. Besides, I doubt Weasley would want to give me trouble so soon after serving detention. True that, with the Gryffindors, you can never tell. You never can tell. Watch your back, okay?" "I will," Harry promised. "I'll see you at lunch." Theo and Draco walked away, chatting animatedly about the Nimbus 2000. Harry lay on his back in the corridor and stared at the clouds in the sky. No one took a fight with him, which was wonderful. A couple of times his fellow Slytherins came by to check to see he was okay, but when he said he just wanted to relax a bit, Harry apologized for interrupting and went on their way. The morning sun was burning hot and bright, and the night's chill was all but a fading memory. Sunshine felt good in his face, and Harry's wallowed in the warmth. Then forget that autumn was coming soon. They would all be trapped in the castle or risking frozen toes. Clouds trailed across the blue sky, occasionally taking strange shapes. There was one that looked like Draco, and another one that looked like Millie. It was probably a trick of light, but Harry saw a cloud that looked like Professor Snape. That would have been fine, but the wind shifted, and the cloudy Snape was kissing a cloudy McGonagall. Harry shook his head when he saw that, telling himself that he was overtired. He closed his eyes, trying to eradicate the cloudy image from his mind. With soothing darkness, he was soon calm again. Without realizing it, Harry fell asleep. The clanging of the bell woke him with a start, and from the way the sun had jumped into the sky, he realized it was noon and time for lunch. He got to his feet, brushing up grass and dirt from his robes. In the great hall, students were just sitting down. He joined Draco, Theo, and the others, everyone giving him a greeting of some kind. "Hello," he said in decidedly better mood. "You look a little red," Tracy noted. Harry stood up and put his hand on his cheek. True enough, his skin was slightly hot. "I fell asleep in the courtyard after breakfast," he admitted sheepishly. That admission drew amused chuckles and head shakes. "Oh, Harry," Tracy giggled, "you're so silly." "Yeah, that's me, Mr. Laugh-Riot," Harry said sarcastically. "I'm actually working on a full lobster disguise in case I ever need to hide among crustaceans." More giggling followed. Then everyone's attention was drawn to a long, thin package carried by 6 large screech owls. Harry was just as curious as everyone else, but his curiosity turned to amazement when the owls soared down and dropped it right in front of him. They hardly figured to flit out of the way when the 7th owl dropped a letter on top of the parcel. Harry merely ripped open the letter. "Nimbus Racing Broom Company, Mr. H. Potter, Hogwarts School. Dear Mr. Potter, here is your new Nimbus 2000 fresh off the product line. We at Nimbus thank you for your business and hope you'll enjoy your broom for years to come. Enclosed find a copy of your warranty and service manual. Once again, we thank you for choosing Nimbus. Regards, Amber Cunningham, President, Sales Division." Harry responded to the speedy service. "We just sent off the order yesterday," whispered Draco, showing him the letter. Mostly because it was for Harry Potter, Draco said, his lip curling. He was trying to kiss a little arse. "I have a little arse," Harry said, deliberately misunderstanding. Draco hit him lightly in the arm. "Don't be a brat. Let's get back to the dorm and check it out." "But I'm hungry," Harry said truthfully. He was half starved. Draco made an unhappy noise and began to cram the sandwich into his mouth. Harry ignored the crust, curious stares right at the Slytherin table and calmly began eating. When Harry had eaten more than that was probably good for him, he picked up his new broom and headed for the dungeon, escorted by all his friends. Halfway across the entrance hall, they found the stairs blocked with Weasley and his twin brothers. "What you got there, then?" Weasley asked, grabbing the package out of Harry's hands. "None of your business, Weasley," Theo spat, outraged at Weasley's rudeness and presumption. He drew his wand. "Give it back, or I'll hex you." "That is a broomstick," Weasley said, ignoring Theo and throwing it back at Harry with a mixture of jealousy and spite in his face. "I thought as much. You'll be in for it now, Potter. First years aren't allowed them." "Listen, Weasley," Harry began, his voice chilly. "Nobody asked for your opinion, so why don't you get out of our way? We don't want to try dueling again. I heard you got into a spot of trouble last time you dueled someone. Down in the dungeons, wasn't it?" It was a cheap shot, but Harry couldn't resist. Who the heck did Weasley think he was anyway? Weasley's face got red and ugly. You know the truth of that as well as I do, Potter, he said, chewing his words angrily. So do I. So I do, Harry replied, but you're outnumbered again. My brothers know more magic than you lot all put together, young Weasley boasted. Both the twins nodded emphatically. Harry noticed they were each keeping one hand out of sight. Before Harry could retort, Professor Flitwick entered the scene. Short and squat, only came to Harry's chest, but he was still an authority figure. Not arguing, I hope, boys, he squeaked. Potter's been sent a broomstick, Professor Weasley, said Weasley quickly. Yes, that's right, said Professor Flitwick, beaming at Harry. Professor Snape told me all about the special circumstances, Potter. Apparently you have quite the gift. What model is your broom again? Is your broom then? A Nimbus 2000, sir, said Harry, finding not to laugh. I know looks of horror and jealousy on the faces of all three Weasleys. Very good, Mitchell, Professor said cheerfully. Well, do carry on. Then he was gone. Tattling again. Weasley, Draco said, the drawing Tony always used around Gryffindors. Probably didn't learn his lesson properly, Pansy said nastily. I think he needs a reminder, Theo chimed in. The Slytherin smiled wickedly at the three Gryffindors. But later, Harry said, after he had time to think about things and realize what a big mistake he's made, then he wants to apologize and forget about the whole thing. Faces burning, Weasley and his brothers moved out the stairway, ignoring the glares directed at them. The Slytherins made their way down the stairs and into the safety of the dungeons. Once they were beyond hearing range, they let their laughter loose. His face, Theo gasped, wheezing. I thought he was going to die right there, Millie howled. And the twins, Tracy about to pass out. They did finally make it to the common room, their laughter echoing off the stone walls the whole way. Everyone followed as Harry went to the boys' dorm. He undid the wrappings on his broom and rolled out onto his bedspread. Wow, they all exclaimed. Harry learned everything he knew about broomsticks from Draco. He thought this broom, the best in the world, to be a marvel. It was sleek and shiny, with the Megahoney handle, a long tail of neat straight twigs, and the Nimbus 2000 logo edged in gold near the top. Marcus Flynn knocked at the door. Afternoon all. Hello, Harry. See your brooms arrived. Nimbus 2000, excellent choice. Trials will be next weekend after luncheon down the Quidditch pitch. Only a week away. Thanks, Marcus, Harry said, excited. Cheerio, then he was gone. You're so lucky, Harry, Millie said. Envy clear in her voice. And I'll give almost anything to have a chance to get on the team this year. I just want to fly some more, Harry replied. Millie's face a little bit, she got an idea. What say the rest of us go nick some brooms so we can have a pickup game? Brilliant, Theo exclaimed. I don't want to be on Pansy's side. Lick my cauldron. 5 to his side, Crabbe asked. Amazing, Draco said with a slight sneer in his voice. You do know your numbers. Shut up, Draco. Mind your tongue, fathead, Draco snapped. My head's not fat, I'm bigger than you, Crabbe threw back. Draco made a rude gesture. To the Quidditch pitch, Millie declared. No, first to the broom shed, Tracy corrected. Whatever. 10 minutes later, they were staying in the broom shed. Racks of brooms lined the walls of the single room, a mere 3-meter square. Dust covered most of them except for the 20 or so which had been used by the flying class. Ugh, a clean sweep too, Millie grimaced. They came out back in 34. Is that a common 180? 1938, Theo replied. Jackpot, Tracy rejoiced. Cinder Blast, a whole bloody rack of them. Pretty slow, Pansy criticized, but they're solid, Tracy countered. Even after all this time, they ought to be in good condition. I think that's the best we can hope for. No, Mrs. Draco asked, a note of despair in his voice. Not even at 1,000? I think we're stuck with the Cinder Blast, Daphne said, picking one up. Well, whoever's going to play Seeker should take the Comet, though. Draco saw it picked up the Comet. This is going to be even slower than my 260 at home. Stop complaining, Goyle grunted at him. At least get to fly some more and play some Quidditch. Thank Merlin. The Quidditch pitch was a breathtaking sight. Hundreds of seats were raised and stands around the field as the spectators could be high enough off the ground to see what was going on. At either end of the field were 3 golden poles with hoops on the end. They reminded Harry of the little plastic sticks that Muggle children blew bubbles through, except they were 10 meters high. Seekers pick your teams, Drace declared. Crabbe going to split up, Daphne interrupted. Drastic and Dero looked at each other. It would be unfair to have us both on one team, Goyle said. Crabbe nodded. Yeah, we should be on different teams. Make it fair to both sides that way. We don't want to hurt anybody after all. And yet it was Harry, Crabbe, Tracy, Blacy, and Pansy versus Draco, Goyle, Millie, Daphne, and Theo. How do you make positions? Tracy asked. Seeker, Keeper, 2 Chasers, Beater, Millie suggested. The one Beaker's going to get a heck of a workout, Draco says agreed. All are bludgers strictly necessary? Seeker, Keeper, and 3 Chasers? That could work, Theo said, nodding his head. There was a general consensus, so the team split up. Harry would be the Seeker, Crabbe would be the Keeper, while Tracy, Blaze, and Pansy played Chaser. On the other team, Draco had claimed Seeker and appointed Goyle, Daphne, and Millie to be the Chasers, while Theo got to be Keeper. Daphne opened the box of Quidditch balls that Goyle and Crabbe carried down from the common room. She reached in through and took the quaffle. Everyone mount. They all kicked off into the air. Daphne released the golden snitch. It buzzed by Harry's head and vanished. Daphne threw the quaffle into the air. Millie immediately grabbed the quaffle and threw it to Goyle as she dodged Pansy. Tracy was waiting for her, though, and snatched it out of Goyle's hands. She took off down the pitch towards Theo's goal post. Harry watched the action with interest. He'd never seen Quidditch before, and he was fascinated. His friends were moving along at a pretty good speed, using old Cinder Blast brooms. The back-and-forth action of the quaffle was dizzying, and hardly anyone else held on to it more than 5 seconds. Good without using bludgers. Harry, sitting there like that, he'd make a prime target. Draco was laughing as he looked above and around Harry. Don't get cocky, Draco, Harry warned. I'm riding the best broom in the world, and I'll eat you in your Comet 1680 for dinner. Draco stuck out his tongue. Your broom might be wicked, Potter, but you'll never match my skills. And Draco lunged for him suddenly. Harry asked his eyes, ducked to his left, performing a barrel roll. He looked over his shoulder as Draco went dashing by and saw his hand outstretched, reaching for the golden snitch. Harry leaned left and spun around in midair, then leaned forward and went hurtling after him. A few seconds, even Draco's head start was negated as Nimbus far outstripped the old common. Harry drew even with Draco. This thing is fast, Harry called over. Draco glared over at Harry's room as envious. Absolutely must get father to file a protest for me. This broom stinks. I'll live in Nimbus for Christmas, he declared. Sorry, Malfoy, Harry called back, smirking, but even if you do, I'll still leave a sucking cloud. With that friendly taunt, Harry leaned forward and took off after the snitch. He was very close to it, so close he could almost touch the small ball. It was tiny, but the size of a large walnut. It was bright gold and had little fluttering silver wings. Such was fluttering along frantically right in front of him, twitching, bobbing, and jumping around like a sugar-overdosed hummingbird. Damn it, he heard Draco cursing as the superior speed of the Nimbus winded the gap between them. Look out, Tracy shouted, dodging out of his way. Harry hadn't noticed he was intent on the snitch. Lily had just scored on Crabbe, earning your team 10 points. The game ground to a halt as they all got at Harry and Potter pursued the snitch. Up, down, left or right, in, out, over, around, under, around, and through the Quidditch pitch that stands on all the sky there, and Harry chased after the snitch. He frowned, twisting himself as he struggled to keep down on the course of the zooming ball. Without warning, the snitch cut a sharp right turn and took off in a completely different vector. Harry's hand flashed to his side as he kept his course. There was a frantic wiggling in his hand, and there rested the snitch. I've got it, he shouted, holding it above his head and circling around. Everyone gathered the crate on the center of the pitch. Beautiful catch, Tracy congratulated him with the hug. Way to go, Crabbe shouted, tapping Harry in the back with a big hand, sitting and reeling. Nice job, Harry, Pansy cheered. Stupid bloody common, Draco complained, shaking the broomstick. Heck of a catch, Quill said to him, sitting and reeling back the other way. The economy had him kicked for crashing to the ground. Not bad at all, Harry. Millie was bouncing coming down. That's a fast 150 points. A grand total of 10 minutes. Time took the snitch from him. Excellently played, Harry. Everyone up for another game? Mix up the teams, Theo suggested. No way, nah, Pansy sneered him. You're destined to always lose. And she took her tongue out at him. Daphne rolled her eyes. You two are so retarded. Mount. They took up into the sky again, and Daphne reached the snitch. She tossed the claw into the air, and the game was afoot. Thoroughly exhausted, they trudged back up to the castle. They missed tea time. We were barely... Harry beat Draco to the snitch every time. Really much of a challenge in the midst of the old common in the dust. Draco grumbled about it at first, but his mood brightened when Millie pointed out that Harry's speed was going to be an asset to the house team. Thoroughly exhausted, they trudged back up to the castle. They missed tea time and barely going to make it for dinner. Returning the room to the broom shed first, they carried the crate of balls back to the common room. Harry deposited him on his bed, and then he grabbed his bed things and headed for the showers. As always, the perfect water temperature was blissful. He let the water cascade over him, washing away the dirt and sweat from the match. And Storm also had declared war against him, but the heat and pounding rhythm of the water quickly soothed them. He dried and dressed himself, then looked long and hard at his bed. It was time for him to lay down and have a snooze. Telling himself they needed to eat dinner, Harry promised himself they wouldn't stay up late tonight. When they were all clean, freshly dressed, and well-groomed, the first-year Slytherins walked through the dungeons up the stairs to the Great Hall. They chattered animatedly about the upcoming Quidditch Cup, positive now that Harry was sure to win a place on the team. Harry yawned all through dinner. Quidditch had given him quite a workout. He was tired, but he forced him to keep his eyes and ears open. He listened for names of people who were also going to be trying out for the team, listening to the gossip about what had the best chances. Jessica and Abraham were doing the duty as prefects, asking after the first years. When Harry's friends started telling about the pickup Quidditch games they played that afternoon, several of the older students had become involved, and soon dozens of different conversations going all related to Quidditch. Because Harry, that people get so wrapped up in Quidditch, raised voices, pointing fingers, and waving arms, all part of the norm in discussing Quidditch. It was worse than the boys as old Muggle school would talk about football, or when Uncle Vernon would get argue politics with his friends. Afters, Harry wanted nothing more to seek his bed. He was started to be interested in more exploring the castle with Draco and Theo, and the last thing he wanted to do on Saturday night was to read his school books. He lay in his bed alone in the dark except for Goyle's snorts audible even through 2 layers of thick velvet curtains. Though his body was tired, his mind was awake. Harry's thoughts kept jumping up all over the place. They were random thoughts, nighttime thoughts, but gradually faded to blackness as sleep claimed him. So this is part 1 of chapter 9 of They Shook Hands Year 1. I'll update you guys in part 2 later. Take care, everybody.